Today we're playing with a Monte Cristo, Christ Mountain, and also a wonderful sandwich. Almost everything that you could want from a brunch, except for the hash browns. So why don't we just go ahead and put that in there. So we're going to play with that. You're going to see how we get it done. And I'll go ahead and skip to a couple things to save you. In the future, I would actually not put this in the middle like we do in the video. Maybe you just use the hash brown as one side of the bread. And I'd also make it bigger. I was trying to make a pretty little disc or a mountain or tower, and it was, but probably easier to manage, and it's an individual portion. You could do it in a nice sandwich, and leave the egg part out. Still worth watching the video, learn a lot of things, and then it's going to lead us into a brand new dish, which is another video following this, called the Nido Cristo, and that is fantastic. We are laying out everything for this Monte Cristo as we do. We've got the stuff for our dredging and the making of our batter and our ham and our cheese and our spicy honey goodness. We're going to take this potato and we're going to shred it, and I'm going to put on a Kevlar glove to save a knuckle, and we're going to take that and soak it in a little water, get some starch off, and with that potato we'll go parboil it here in a minute, but we're first going to cut out our discs that we will use for the rest of the sandwich. We've got the bread disc and the ham disc, and we're going to stuff that with cheese so that it melts together and is easily stackable, and we can reuse the ham, and it doesn't have to be pretty, it's all on the inside. So here we are going to have the hot honey, we have some raspberry jam and some honey and some chili flake. Put that all together, microwave it, and we'll re-nuke that before we pour it over the sandwich at the end. This is going to be our dredge, basically a pancake mixture of flour and some baking soda, some salt, and make sure we get the right consistency. Those are the potatoes that we're going to do the 3 or 4 minute parboil on. Drain that and pat it dry. We tried to use that straight up without putting in a binding agent, and it would have been better with just a bit of flour of some sort. We use rice flour in the other recipe, that works. Here we're cooking up the discs, and we're struggling just a tiny bit with the potatoes, and they're fine. It works out okay. They're easily manageable, but it would have been better with a little binder. We'll cook our egg, which is the part that I say toss out of this, because it's just one more layer. It just makes it a little unwieldy. Monte Cristo has mayo on one bread and mustard on the other, so we make a little mixture of that. We'll use that to get some moisture in the center of the sandwich. Here we're taking out all the little components, showing how they're going to stack up. And the egg, it works and it will be great in another dish, just don't do it for this. Here we're going to put the mustard and the mayo mixture right in the middle, so we have it on that hash brown disc. We've already got ham underneath, and there's our egg and ham and cheese on top. If we had turkey, we would have used that, and bacon would be fantastic. We're putting the toothpicks in to hold it together while we batter it up with our little eggy mixture, and then it goes into the pan with a mixture of a little oil and butter, and we're going to fry that up and get it nice and crispy. We'll have to flip it here to get the other side and throw a little foil to cook the bits around the edges, maybe that just got dredged but don't make contact with the butter. That's going to come out, and here we go in the composition. It gets some of the powdered sugar and then this hot raspberry honey. We'll test it. Can we cut this thing? It seems like it's going to stick together, and it does. Yay. Pull it apart, see all the layers. We got some ham and cheesy gooey goodness in there. The egg looks good. Again, and if you want it, do it, but it's not necessary. But this works just fine. Yay.